Oh, doop de doo doo doo. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Let's see.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened with the software, but I did see that something was going wrong, so I ended it, and we're back. So, but I don't know where. I don't know where. I don't know where it went. I don't know where the problem happened. So maybe somebody can tell me where it, because it was still running for me. It was still, everything was going. So I don't know where the problem. I don't know where the problem it was. So maybe some of you out there, somebody out there can tell me where where the problem was. Um, yeah, that was really weird. That was really weird because I was going, but you guys were gone, and I realized that you guys were gone, and I said some because I was still going. Um, but anyway, where did it end? Where did it end for you all out there? I don't know where it ended for you. Um, that was really strange. Um, but since I don't Gorahari. So Gorahari was wow. Okay. Well, okay. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go right. I'm gonna just gonna jump right into what I was doing after Gorahari, because this is what Gorahari. So this is what Gorahari leads to. Because look, if he can just dream, uh, when you played the girl who was okay, okay. So yeah, let me go. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I wasn't sure. Um,
And so, but what's really cool is that the Bhagavad Gita, it's all about like Arjuna surrendering to Krishna, and Krishna explaining to Arjuna that all he has to do is surrender unto him. And so it's just another form of teaching them to surrender in a way that's actually going to have results. So ultimately, it's taking them, bringing them into the present moment by helping them release the past, any painfulness from the past, and releasing any expectations of the future based on fear and anxiety. And that's the process. That's how I help them come to calm, clear minds. And then they get to work on things that actually make them happy in life. So, yeah.
All right, Coach Ivy, thank you so much for being on the show today. It's great to have you. You have your cool TikTok channel there where you seem to be doing tarot readings, but you also have this interesting saying that is you help people exit their new age illusions and enter into Krishna consciousness. And a lot of people might be asking.
Okay, so there you go. She helps people exit their new age ness and enter into Krishna consciousness. So I don't know what her version of Krishna consciousness is, but let's see. Let's that's what she says she does. So basically, she's a bridge between tarot and New Age and Krishna. She gets people to. She's woke. She gets people over to Krishna. She is a recruiter. She recruits people into Krishna. I mean, you're kidding me. It's so easy to create a cult with Prabhupada's. Yeah, if Gaurahari can dream it, if he can dream it, if he can dream it,
He didn't have that dream. I did.
then why can't she do it? I mean, seriously, why can't she do it? If she, hey, thanks for coming back, everybody. Thanks for returning. I'm sorry about I don't know what happened. Seriously, I don't know what happened. Poison Ivy. She's bringing people to Krishna. Let's hear a little bit more about it.
Themselves. What's all that mean? But before we get into that, why don't we just start with you? Maybe you can describe or explain yourself to our audience a little bit more about who you are and how you got into this place.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody. I think we got this.
I am a loving devotee of Lord Krishna. I found myself in this place. Well, it was not inherited. I did not come from a family. I actually grew up Mormon. And it was about 5 years ago that this happened. I suddenly found out that my fiance had passed away. He had committed suicide. And so the night that I found out, the world.
I agree, Tim. Absolutely. Playing around and controlling people's lives, not a good person. Yeah, and she's bringing them into Krishna consciousness. She's corralling them into Krishna consciousness, which is racist and sexist and promotes child marriage and pedophilia and this guru worshiping, this cult. It's what cult experts call a cult. And she's just playing around like it's a game. There's no game with people's lives. It's just not. It's just not, man. That's exactly what it is. Look at her, and I couldn't listen to her talk for more than like 1 minute. You give me 1 minute of her talking, I'm done. That's it.
It was really still. And I felt moved to open the Bhagavad Gita. And when I opened it to a page that it explains that you shouldn't lament. And it was then talked about the Hare Krishna mantra.
Oh, so her fiance passed away, and the Bhagavad Gita said don't lament. So she's like, okay, what? I don't get it. But okay, if that's what.
And so I read the Hare Krishna mantra. And Krishna, he said to me, it's when I heard Krishna's voice, he said to me, if you become my devotee, I will give both you and Gregory liberation. And I'm looking back.
So she had a dream, but she had a dream of Krishna. So it was.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
So friggin' insane. It's insane. It's insane. Okay, I'm sorry. These people are insane. I don't know. There's no other. Is there another term? Is there?
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Seriously, I don't know what to say. I don't even know where to begin with this woman. She's just playing around with people's lives, recruiting. Does she know about the racism, the sexism? She was a Mormon. So she cult hopping. She left the Mormons, got into tarot, and now she's into Krishna, and she thinks she's a guru where like she can teach people about Krishna. She's no guru or nothing. She's not even in ISKCON. She says, I'm not in ISKCON. But she's reading the books and teaching people. This is insanity. I know. That's exactly. That's her. I know that's that's her. That's her. Very sad story about her fiance. Yeah, that's the. Yes, it can. It can. It definitely can. And I feel bad. I feel bad. But you know, of course, Bhagavad Gita will tell you to be detached from the person, from your fiance that just passed away. Like, don't have any feelings for that. You know, like just. You had many lives, many parents, many spouses. You should detach and be emotionless. Yes. And she said, okay. That sounds like a good idea. I guess. She's like, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know. My wife or fiance, whatever, you know, my wife, she passed away. She had cancer, 6 months of cancer. She passed away. I had to have therapy. That's how fucked up I was. I was a Hare Krishna, and I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with the fact that she passed away. I was depressed. I was a Hare Krishna. I was depressed. And Channy wasn't doing nothing. And being detached wasn't doing anything. And I'd been a Hare Krishna for like 18 years. Just be detached and emotionless. It has the whole world gone. The whole world got crazy.
Has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
And I'm not saying that everybody that you should be clinically depressed and have to go into therapy due to a death in your family. But you know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. I'm sure I'm not the only person that ever had to go into therapy because their loved one got cancer and 6 months later they were gone. And telling someone they'll just be detached. And like that doctor that said, just don't think about it. This medical doctor told me. He wasn't a psychiatrist or anything. He was just a medical doctor. He says, just try not to think about it. Cult hopping and its stepsister, redheaded stepsister, cult shopping. Cult hopping and cult shopping. And she's Coach Ivy.
And it sounds like the most intense, dramatic story that there ever was. And it really was at the time. But what's so lovely about Krishna is that he kind of eventually makes everything, you can see it like with humor. So all of that really led up to here. So it's like the next 5 years I spent.
Wait, she eventually saw humor in her fiance passing away. You know, it's been a while since, it's been like 17 years since my wife passed away. I still don't think it's funny. I don't see anything funny in it. I don't see. Nope. I'm trying to think. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Colon cancer. 6 months. No, there's still nothing funny about it. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing funny about somebody dying, and it sounded like her fiance just like dropped dead one day. You know, that's even worse. I, I mean, I don't know if it's worse. Well, I don't know which one's worse. They're both bad. But there's definitely nothing funny about it. She said, well, with Krishna, I finally dealt with it and kind of saw it as kind of funny. He has that way. Krishna has a way, huh?
Studying the Bhagavad Gita, it's all I really did. I was just Krishna this, Krishna that, Gita this. And I did tarot card readings for about 3 years. And in the first so this was 5. So in the first 3 years, it was all tarot. And I kept meeting people that were going through very similar situations.
Prabhupada doesn't say chant Hare Krishna and do tarot card readings. That's what I'm saying. Like these people, who was it, Tim or Jeff, who said these people just they see it what it is. I can do that. I can read these books and teach people about Krishna and teach them to worship me and teach them to think that I'm cool or I'm this or I'm that. And evidently she doesn't even have to have a dream. She doesn't have to have a dream. She just imagines that Krishna came to her and played his flute or whatever. It's freaking insanity. It's goddamn insanity.
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Cults are not the cure for our grief. She never grieved for her fiance. That's not how you feel. She doesn't come across like the kind of person that would be grieving for her fiance. I don't know. She doesn't come across as a very spiritual person. She comes across, I don't know what she comes across, but she doesn't come across as anyone spiritual. That is the one thing she's not. I could say she's a lot of things that I'm not going to say. I could say she's a lot of things. Like I'm getting a lot of vibes from her, but spiritual is not one of them. And I don't know, man. I'm not getting a spiritual vibe from her.
People who are going through spiritual awakenings. And I just started to notice that the Bhagavad Gita had answers to these questions that they had, that they're proposing to themselves. I met my coach about 2.5 years ago, and I unintentionally fell into coaching because he suggested that I sold my tarot card readings in packages. And so I tried it out, and I didn't realize it, but it started to it brought everything together. All of it ended up coming together. I didn't realize that.
What I'm getting from this is that people are now starting to social media market Krishna and Krishna consciousness with or without a guru or a dream. They're just they're all out trying to figure out how they can make some money off of being a fake guru. And Krishna consciousness is pretty easy because it's already done. It's already there. It's like multi-level marketing. It's like all I gotta do is sell these books. I just get people to buy these books and tell them I'm a guru, or read this book and I'm the guru guy. Whenever you hear whenever he talks about spiritual master, bona fide guru, the bona fide spiritual master, disciplic succession, all of that. Whenever you hear that in the book, read that. That's me. He's talking about me. And just convince them of that, which isn't hard if they're reading the books. They're already looking for that guy. By the time they get halfway through the book, they're like, well, where's my guru? Where's my guru? And then once they find out the Prabhupada's gone, then they'll take anybody. Hey, you got a child molester? Okay. Well, this guy? Okay. Oh, that guy? That gay guy over there? Okay. You got some lady? Shamarani? Oh, okay. Well, you got some guy, he had a dream? This guy had a dream? Oh, okay. Are you sure he had a dream?
He didn't have that dream. I did.
He says he had a dream. Oh, okay. As long as he says he had a dream. But do you have anybody that didn't have a dream? oh, we got this girl. She didn't have a dream, but she's kind of annoying. She's kind of annoying personality. I'm sorry to say, she's a little annoying.
Was
but if you can,
a problem
if you can deal with that,
until I started to work with a lot of people, and then person after person started coming to me with the same problems, and then I wasn't allowed.
Yeah, they came to me with the same problems. It was really easy because I just gave them the same fake answer to their problem. This is so stupid. She is a night hunter at Sangas pulling these copins. Well, she's like a little Burfy pot. She's like a little honey pot, little Burfy pot. She gets, I don't know what she does. She's suckering these guys, suckering these brahmacharis into her little group. She does. She looks deranged. I'm sorry. I didn't want to say, Howard Johnson, you win a prize. You win the you win a she looks deranged. She has suppressed her feelings this whole time with that BS line, don't lament in the Gita, and the women have less intelligence. If she read the Bhagavad Gita, she came across the part about women are stupid, she came across all of that. She came across all of that stuff about little girls and child marriage and women and black people and all of that. Cruel cult controlling philosophy taught by and they can just glom on. They glom on like an Avon, like an Avon lady. Like she's selling Amway. I'm telling you, man. They're selling Prabhupada like they're selling Amway.
All right.
Hey, Eliana, how you doing? How you feeling, man? Great to see you. We've been missing you. We've been worried about you. Everybody's asking about you. I'm so glad you're all right. You're back. You're all right. Controlling people's emotions and feelings. I call that's evil. To me, that's evil. Controlling people's emotions and feelings is just evil. I mean, it's evil in a relationship, and it's evil if you're trying to pretend that you're some kind of, I don't know what she's trying to pretend she is. Whatever it is, that's not who she is. She's just a normal person. And if you like Bhagavad Gita, okay, read it, enjoy it. You want to chant. Why you got to become guru? Why is everybody got to become guru or think that they're guru? You're back from your Yati Yatra Ratha. Great to see you back. I'm so glad. And no dream, but dream comes to her. She's already narcissistic, spoiled brat, saw nothing, experienced less. What the? Yeah, I mean, what? It's just so. I don't want to. I know how you feel, Rob. I know how you feel, Raphael. It's like, what does she have? What does she think she has that we didn't have? Like, what does she think that she experienced that we didn't experience? What does Guru think that he experienced that we didn't? Well, obviously you're not having ecstatic symptoms. You're not snotting in a rag. You're not laughing and giggling like a friggin' moron. That's all he can say. Now she's a recruiter. She's just a freelance recruiter. She's a freelance recruiter. I'll recruit people because once they get, if they're reading Prabhupada's books, if someone is seriously reading Prabhupada's books, because we've all read Prabhupada's books. If somebody is seriously reading Prabhupada's books, and they're going to get to a point where they're going to look at her and go, what are you? Who are you? I mean, anybody should be able to do that. If they're reading Prabhupada's books and they're talking about bona fide spiritual master, seek out a bona fide spiritual master, surrender to him. He will give you the truth because he has seen the truth. and you go, okay, I need to find out a bona fide spiritual master. Is it her? That's my bona fide spiritual master? You gotta be kidding me. She does indeed look deranged and drowning in the ocean of guru footbath water. She's not even really a guru. She's a Krishna coach. She's a guru. She's a guru. She's a guru ma. Yeah, I mean, she is now a guru ma. What a load of baloney! The new generation of giggity Hari. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
All right.
Gen Z monsters, gurus appearing. It is. And I guess we should have seen this coming, right? We should have seen this coming.
Krishna asked me to not watch other people's videos for a few years. So like I wasn't watching other tarot card reader videos. I wasn't watching anything on New Ageism, anything like that. And
So Krishna just talks to her directly. Like she doesn't even need a guru. She doesn't even need a guru. Krishna just talks to her and says, don't watch anybody's videos. New Age bullshit being recycled. Yeah, they're just putting Prabhupada's stamp on it, using Prabhupada as some guru that they can glom onto. That's what I'm saying. They're just glomming onto Prabhupada. Not that he should be or shouldn't be. He definitely should not be glommed onto. I mean, what is she promoting by promoting Prabhupada? Promoting this child marriage and pedophilia and racism and sexism and women like to be raped and little girls need to be married. That's what's in his books. I mean, she says she's read all his books. Has she? Does she agree with all that? That's what I'd say. Well, you agree with the 11-year-old wife and the 12-year-old girl being married to the 19-year-old man? Do you agree that black people belong in the jungles? Do you believe in women like to be raped? Do you believe this stuff? How can you? How can you have any self-respect? Believe in this crap. I'm not holy. I'm not being holy. Being racist and sexist and all of that. I mean, Prabhupada is everything. If he's racist, he's sexist, he's ableist, he's everything. He's homophobic. You name it. What good thing does Prabhupada teach? Vegetarianism? That don't eat animals? A lot of people teaching that. I mean, he didn't invent it. He didn't invent vegetarianism. He was just a vegetarian himself and told his followers not to be vegetarian. But a lot of people like that. That doesn't make him special in any way. It doesn't make him special. It's indeed sad to see a beautiful young lady blinded by the dangerous cold and crap of Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Scam Prabhu. Yeah, it is. Just like all those people in Gaurahari's thing. These people are no different. She's dreaming about Krishna talking to her. He's dreaming about Prabhupada talking to him. Why go with him when she's dreaming about Krishna? I might as well go with Guru Ma over here. I might as well go with Ivy Ma. Ivy Ma, Ivy Ma, at least she's in communication with Krishna. Gaurahari, I don't know, he's talking to Prabhupada.
I remember crying because it was just so not at all what I had been learning with him. I was very surprised, and I was seeing why people were coming to me so messed up. But I during this time, it was so interesting too because I didn't know what people were talking about on TikTok, but everyone was coming through the same problems. The same ones, like the same, every single one of them somehow were coming to me with the same story, the same like need.
Maybe you could talk a little bit more about that need and the way that they were coming to you. Like, what was this need?
Most of them had been separated from their twin flame, is what they call it. And they had been separated from what they call their divine masculine. And they wanted to come back into union with them. And I had gone through something very similar. At that time, I knew I wasn't, it was very strange because I
The divine masculine.
All right.
The divine masculine. I don't know, man. That sounds a little.
Let's have sex.
Oh man, and I don't know. Look at her. She's, she seems like a scammer to me. She seems like a scammer, like 100%. She's scamming. She's scamming. She'll have an ashram full of brahmacharis and on Krishna Janmashtami all having Rasa Leela dance. Basically a massive orgy in a nearby forest. All are welcome. Yep, it's.
Let's have sex.
They're cult members, of course. They're the chosen ones. She's not even. I don't get her story actually because she's. I don't know. She's She read the books and then she talked to somebody, but she doesn't say that she has a guru. She says, Krishna came to her and Krishna instructs her personally in her dreams. So she doesn't have a guru. She's not in a parampara. She's not in any kind of sampradaya or anything like that. She sounds deranged, though. I'm sorry to say that. The guy's interviewing. No, she's nuts. They're just going along to be polite. They know she's preaching BS. But okay, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you that she's preaching BS. But everybody's preaching BS. It's just, I understand what you're saying. I agree with you 100%. But. And who are these bearded stay spiritual twins? I know the whole thing is wacky. This because she says, well, I read Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada's books. Like, do they even know? Do they know who Prabhupada is? Do they have beads on? I can't. They don't look devotional to me. I don't know. It doesn't look.
I had a twin flame. A few years ago. And when people would come to me with theirs, though, Krishna, because I do all my readings completely surrendered. So when I do a reading, I offer myself first, I do a ritual first, I surrender to Krishna, and I don't do or say anything that my Lord does not instruct me to do or say. So I was not allowed to even use terms like divine masculine, divine feminine, twin flame. If they came to me saying that they had one, I couldn't be like, oh, me too, I'm going through this. And I didn't get why. But now I understand he was teaching me how to help people.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Twin flame cult. So she's a mix of so many cults. Oh, okay. So twin flames is a cult. So she grew up Mormon. She's reading about Prabhupada's books because she said she read all of Prabhupada's books. I've read all of Prabhupada's books. That was one of the first claims that she made. And then she's in this other cult. Her head's all screwed up. she's a lost cause at this point. Yeah, she belongs in the mental institution. That's what I think. That's what I believe. Yeah, I think the stay spiritual guys are like, we're not buying into your pyramid scheme. But you look kind of cute in that green that green outfit. That's all they care about. They don't get. That's the only reason they booked her, is because they thought she was kind of cute, and they're like, hey, we can get that girl on here, Coach Ivy, whatever. So it is. She got brainwashed by all the scammers. Yes, because somehow, see, that's what Knitting Coal Lady was saying. How the that cult dynamic where she's being told what to do all the time. There's all the things that we think of bad about a cult. Some people like that. They don't. All the questions are answered. Her day is figured out for her. She doesn't have to think. She's got some rituals that she can do, and she's good. She's a whole, and it's like, so she likes that. So she left Mormon. She got tired of being a Mormon, but she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind surrendering to an authority that's going to tell her what to do, make her feel safe and secure. And if that means, if in her mind, if that means being told what time to wake up and when to go to bed and what to eat and offer my food, and she said, I offer myself. I do these rituals and I offer myself, and I do everything. I do my readings fully surrendered, and I offer myself to Krishna first. I don't know, that to me that sounds. I'm not trying to. It just sounds a little.
All right.
Something's going on there. Something's going on there. She doesn't want to say what she's doing. She's doing something, but she's not saying. If it was a Hare Krishna, she'd say, I say the prayers to the Vaishnavas, and I say the prayers to my gurus, and I say the prayers to Krishna and Panchatattva, and she'd say what she does. And I offer my food. Before I eat, I offer my food. And I bow down, I ring a bell, ding, ling, 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 and I say these prayers, the prasadam prayers, or whatever. She'd explain it. Or she'd say, she just says, I do my readings and fully surrendered. What does that mean? Fully surrendered, what do you do? How do you get fully surrendered to someone who's not there? Well, I do my thing. She's not telling what she's doing, because she's doing something that she doesn't want to say. And I'm not, and it's, yes, divine masculine, divine feminine, BS, it's bullshit. But she's saying, I'm fully surrendered. Well, when you're fully surrendered to somebody, that person gets to do whatever they want with you. And usually, it just sounds like,
All right.
she's trying to say something without saying it.
But they would come to me, and they would come. I've had people come to me suicidal. I've had people come to me, just like their whole lives had just fallen apart because they couldn't get.
Well, that doesn't make me feel good. That doesn't make me feel good at all. That people are coming to her suicidal, and she's sitting there with her fully surrendered to her tarot cards, and Krishna's talking to her, and now she's going to pass along some spiritual advice to people who are thinking about ending their life. I don't know, man. That to me, we're dancing on the edge. We're dancing on the edge of a catastrophe, man. I'm telling you. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Krishna farted in her face in her dreams, and Prabhupada fed her bomb or shot from his lotus. She's in her own world. Like, she could make up her own thing now. She said, well, Krishna talks to me, and Krishna said that if I offer my food, by farting and saying this prayer while I fart, then she could make it up, and that would be her thing. Just like Gora Hari's, like laugh and giggle and snot in a rag. You're not advanced if you're not snotting in a rag. I mean, it's just crazy. And people, and she's saying suicidal people come to her to talk about suicide. This crazy woman.
Into union with their twin flame. I don't know if you're familiar with the twin flame theory.
Is it have to do with like destined relationships?
It's worse. I mean, I believe in destined relationships. Like my friend Isaac, I swear I've known him my whole entire existence. But twin flame, the theory is that there is someone that is the other half of your soul.
เด็ก10 ล้านคน
All right, I can't handle this. I can't handle this crazy person anymore. I can't handle this crazy person. Snoggle, good to see you, Snoggle. I think I missed you earlier when I was having problems and you kind of snuck in and I didn't see you. I saw you, but I didn't get to say anything. When I had breast cancer, my husband of 30 years refused to drive me to treatment over Christmas. You learn what your worth is to others when you're going through. Man, that's pretty harsh. I'm sorry to hear that. That's pretty harsh. You know, you sometimes your whole life there are. I'm not saying me, but there are people who have lived their whole life, and on their deathbed, their grandfather or their father revealed to them some shit. That happens. And you go, wow, I didn't know you were a serial killer, or I didn't know that you did this crime, or you were a bank robber, or you did whatever you did. You had another family. You have another family in Mexico, or whatever it is, you know. And some people go through their whole lives don't know their whole life. They don't know. So that's harsh, and I'm sorry that you went through something like that. It's really. I can't imagine that, you know. I just I'm gonna tell you, my wife wasn't even. We weren't even, or my fiance, my wife, whatever. I don't know which one's more appropriate, but we weren't even together a year, and she was diagnosed with cancer, and then she passed away 6 months later. So that was really. Was really traumatic. It was really traumatic. She's been chewed in and out by a few scammer prophets. The only way for her to release that coming to this podcast is a chance to reestablish herself as a person and not a depressive Coach Ivy. Yeah, you know, I think oh man, I don't know. She's been through some stuff, and she's been through some stuff. She needs a straitjacket, 3 square meals a day in a padded room, soundproof room. She is brainwashed by all the cult scammers and fake gurus, as well as multi-level marketing schemes like Jay Shetty. Yeah, I don't know who she is, but she's a work, man. I'm telling you, she's a work. Yeah, Snoggle, man. I'm sorry to hear. So yeah, I'm just trying to look through these things to see. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna move on. I got something else I want to show. Let's see. And once again, I gotta go back. I gotta go back to this real quick. because I wasn't expecting that other one. I wasn't expecting that other one right in the middle, but I got to go back to this.
Hare Krishna. My name is Krishna Prasad Patita Udar Das from America. I grew up in Florida, in Orlando, Florida. I was born, and I grew up in Miami, South Florida. It's like South India. It's very, very hot, humid. So Chandavan Prabhu is recording me and interviewing me. So my family is Hispanic. They're from Puerto Rico. So, you know.
Hold on. I don't know what's up.
My family is Hispanic. They're from Puerto Rico. So, you know, it's a lot of, it's a spicy culture also like India, you can say. But also it's a very sense gratification. It's a very sense gratificatory.
So immediately, like Knitting Cult Lady says, immediately with the vernacular, with their cult speak, right off the bat, I come from a Puerto Rico, very sense gratifactory culture. A lot of sense gratification. So immediately with the vernacular, with the cult speak.
How do you say culture also in South America? So I grew up in Florida, and my family were real estate agents, and they worked together at one firm called Westgate, and they sold a lot of timeshare. It's some type of real estate, and they were number one, and they were top in their community. So they'll make quite a lot of money. So we never had any scarcity of any Lakshmi in the house, of any money in the house. We always got whatever we want for Christmas. We always had a big Christmas tree with so many presents underneath the Christmas tree. So we grew up in that lifestyle, very, whatever we wanted, we would get, and I used to remember I used to hassle my father, for the latest PlayStation or Nintendo and GameCube. And there is one moment, or there's at one point that we went to the shop to buy the GameCube. It's like the new recent, like a PlayStation kind of console. And he asked me that if I buy this for you, will you be happy and never ask me for anything ever in your life? And I was like, I was only like, 6, 7 years old, and I used to say, yes, Father, yes. If you just buy me this one last gadget, then I'm gonna be completely happy, and I can never ask for you anything else in the world. And like a few months after, I was so tired of it, and then something else came out, and he also got me that thing. So
you were a little kid. That's what little kids do. You don't think I didn't do that? You don't think I asked my mom to buy me some toy when I was 10 years old, and she's like, "Are you sure you want this? If I buy this for you, you're not gonna ask me for anything else ever again? This is what's gonna do it for you?" And I was like, "Yeah, Mom, I really want that 5-speed bike. I want that 5-speed bike. You give me that 5-speed bike, I'll never ask you for anything ever again." 2 weeks after I was laying in the garage. It's every kid's story. Every kid wanted something, begged for it, got it, and got tired of it. It's not special to you. You're not special. You're not special, man. It's so funny. Yeah, his name is long, man. It's like Krishna Uddhava Prasad, Krishna Prasad Patita Pavana Das Uddhava Das Adhikari Brahmachari. Poor man, I know. It's the poor guy, man. He belongs back in Florida with his parents. His parents are going, what did we do wrong? We gave him the goddamn Xbox. He wanted that thing. He said he would never want anything else. We gave him everything he wanted. We gave him an Xbox. He went to school. We bought him new clothes every year. We went on vacation. We took him to Disney World because it was right down the street. We did everything for him. And he came from a wealthy family. He says, I left a wealthy family. I left a wealthy life in Miami. Yeah, well, did you? I mean, I don't know. It's always the same script. It's always the same. It's the same shit, different rapper. Same script, different actors. I know. It's pathetic is what it is. I can't hold it back. It's goddamn pathetic is what it is. It really is. I know. We're so impure before joining. The external world is Maya. It's impure. It says that we were such horrible people. I was not a horrible person. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. How on earth he got hooked into this pedo cult? I know we'll find out maybe if my attention span. He would have been. I know he's from Puerto Rico. He would have been better off in Santeria or some kind of voodoo. No, he would have been. He would have been way better off if he just been a Catholic. Oh man, I know it's so funny. These poor people think they all think Krishna consciousness saved them from the evil outside world, so impure and sinful, and now he's safe away from Puerto Rico's sense enjoyment. There's too much reggaeton. I know, too much Bad Bunny. There's too much Bad Bunny, man. And he always talks with the gurus. Yeah, I know. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
That's how my childhood went. I was really into sports from my very childhood. I used to play a lot of sports, football, baseball, soccer. So my dream was to become a professional athlete. In high school, I was the quarterback of my high school team. And I was, like the leader of my team. Well, my team sucked anyways because we didn't even win one game. So, nothing special about that. Then
I wanted you wanted the Barbie swimmer pad, the Barbie beach house for my Rada beach house. I begged my parents for the Rada beach house. I feel so guilty. There was a stupid Prabhupada pastime where he demanded his father buy him a gun. It was a toy gun. Yeah, I bought a toy gun, and then he wanted another gun for the other hand. It was supposed to show. I don't know what it was supposed to show because he was a little kid and he wanted two guns because he was greedy. I don't know what that's supposed to. I don't know what that's supposed to show. That ain't transcendental enough for you. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. He wanted to go shoot people that weren't the Hare Krishnas. And is boom, boom, boom. We haven't heard that in a while. Where is that? Boom, boom.
I can dance. Boom, 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 boom. You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, boom, boom. Yay!
after high school, I had no plans really to enter into college.
My parents were rich. What did I need to go to college? What did I need to go to college for? I don't know what's happened. What happened?
I was the quarterback of my high school team, and I was, like the leader of my team. Well, my team sucked anyways because we didn't even win one game. So, nothing special about that. Then after high school, I had no plans really to enter into college. I used to always hear how many people used to suffer in college because of so much stress and anxiety for exams and studies and waste, and so much money was wasted.
Suffer. He uses the word suffer. Most non-devotees don't use the word suffer in that way. Like I suffered through a college, you know. I mean, maybe, but not in the way devotees use it. But
so after high school, I lost interest to enter into any college and university, and I knew my parents earned so much money by selling timeshare or real estate, which didn't necessarily require an education.
so his parents were real estate scammers selling timeshares, and they made a lot of money. You make a lot of money selling those timeshares. He was like, oh, Gil needs a. Oh, Gil, his dad was Gil. Oh, Gil needs a deal, needs a sale. Hope Gil can get a sale. Oh God, Gil needs a sale. That was
in the university, and they made much more than the average people who study in the university anyways. You know, many people go to university,
he looked at his parents and said, my parents are scamming people with timeshares. Why should I go to college? I don't need to go to college. I don't need to go to college. My parents are scamming people with timeshares because he knows what a timeshare is, and he knew his parents were selling them. So this is so funny. It's justice for the people that bought timeshares. Justice for people who want out of their timeshare.
spend so much, you know, lakhs or crores for a good education, and then when they graduate, they struggle to even find a job, and if they find a job, it doesn't even pay off.
So he's trying to justify why he didn't go to college. He didn't go to college because, you know, a lot of people go to college, they end up, you know, not finding a job. So why should I go to college? Why should I go to college when so many people go to college and then they can't find a job? Because going to college is about getting a job. It's not about learning anything. It's not about learning stuff, becoming smart. It's about getting a job. And since so many people go to college and they can't get a job, it doesn't matter that they're smart now. They can't get a good job. So I don't want to go to school and be smart because I might not get a job. I might not get a job. Oh my God. Even though my parents could send me to school, and there's lots of kids that wish they had parents that could send them to school. I got parents that want me to go, but I don't want to go. I'm going to go join this pedo cult. I'd rather go do that. Oh my goodness. It's too, when you look at things in reality and not in their stupid magical mystery story, it's a whole nother world, man. It's a whole nother world. I know. He's narrating all this with a smirk on his face because he knows it's such bullshit. So weird to talk about his parents' income. He's proud of it, but yet he's not. He's like, he wants to use it as whatever. He wants to weaponize it and use it. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. You know, it's bad because they were materialistic, but it was good because they had money. They could have done, but it was bad because they're sense gratificators, you know. But it was good because I got an Xbox when I was a little kid. He's like, yeah, that's good. No, that's bad. No, that's bad. No, that's good.
Their finance that they owe for the university, and people are in such, in such a trouble.
So I didn't go.
After high school, I studied real estate, and I was planning to get my real estate license.
I was going to scam people like my mom and dad. My mom and dad were doing pretty good with them timeshares, so I figured I'd get me a real estate license, and I'd scam them too. Why not? I mean, you know, it runs in the family. You know, keep it all in the family. You know what I mean?
And at that time, I met the devotees.
Oh.
My first job after high school was a job at Westgate, actually, the same place where my parents had worked. They put a good name in for me because they were really famous in the place. So the manager at that place knew my parents.
They were really good scammers. Everybody knew who they were. They were the wolf. They were the wolf of Wall Street, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm just trying to say.
And there was one coworker who he was a devotee, and his name is Premananda Gaur, and he was really intrinsic personality. He was very exceptional. He was very enthusiastic, so much full of energy, and always just positive and just preaching all the time about Krishna. And he was just openly.
He was a really good scammer. That's what he's trying to say. He was a really good scammer. I met this guy. He was a coworker, man. He got me into it. He scammed me. He gave me a book. He gave me prashadam. My parents are famous scammers. Oh, no. Everybody knew. Everybody knew my parents. Everybody knew my parents because, they're selling timeshares. Gil's got to get a sale. Oh, Gil needs this one, boy. Oh, yeah. This is too funny.
About Krishna all the time in his job. And I used to always ask, who is this Krishna? Who is this, how does this guy have so much energy in this place? Because it's very, just the whole energy in the job was very tamagun and rajasic. And it's not the kind of place that you enter happy,
He didn't realize Hare Krishna is a scammer just like you, just like your parents, man. He didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't know that Hare Krishna's verse. He's like, what are you doing here? Why are you scamming people? You seem like a really nice spiritual guy. And the guy's like, no, I'm a scammer just like you.
Like that place that you enter, it's a very competitive atmosphere because everybody is trying to compete who can sell the most timeshare.
Oh, Gil's got to get a sale.
So who can make the most money? Everybody at the job was driving like a Ferrari, a Maserati, which are like the top cars in the West.
We know, buddy. We know. Your parents are really good scammers. We got it.
Lamborghinis, all these top-notch, one car costs like a few crores each. So
I feel like I've worked with so many of these guys that always got like the parents or the house and the car and all that. These guys, this is like a personality trait, this guy. I've met guys, so many guys like this in my lifetime, that like coworkers that are just like this guy. It's amazing.
This Premananda Gaur, my coworker, he came to find out that I'm the son of, my parents.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's your mom and dad? Okay. Hey, you want to buy a book? I can't believe it. It's so funny. I was like, we're like 2 steps ahead of his story. We're like we already know the story. That's like, all you had to tell me was your parents were all you had to say was your parents were big time scammers in the office, and you were working there, and you met a devotee that was working there. Say no more. Say no more, man. It's too funny. He chose the scammer. The scammer, I didn't choose the scammer lifestyle. The scammer lifestyle chose me. I mean, he couldn't get away from it. His parents are scammers. His job's a scam. His coworkers a scam. I mean, his guru's a scam. He's like, this poor guy. What a schlep rock, this guy.
Was my parents because he used to work with my parents back in the old days. He was quite old. He was almost 50 years old
He
at
worked
that
with
time.
him back
And
in
he
the
was
old days.
about 19 years old,
He knew
fresh
the
out of high school. So he would preach to me at the job, and he told me about Bhagavad Gita as it is, and he gave me a copy of his Bhagavad Gita, and I remember taking it home and just reading it, and I was just so amazed at the
This is the Scammer's Handbook. This is the Scammer's Handbook, man. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you say no more, no more. Oh, it's so funny.
philosophy. And I remember reading some verse in the 13th chapter about the three modes of material energy, where it talks about how, that we're not the doer. I mean, yeah, there's that verse, Prakriti Kriya Manani Karmani Sarva, So, but there's one other verse like that, and I just, started crying in tears actually, and it was such a relief to know that, we're not the only doers. That actually,
Oh man, I can't take these people. I can't take these people, man. I just can't take it. His parents are scammers. His work colleagues are scammers. He's a scammer. And so is Amazing Joe's Scammer Handbook. Say no more. I don't. The scamming manual for idiots is like scamming for dummies. It's like scamming for dummies. I got the Scamming for Dummies handbook. And it's got everything I need to know. It's got how to how to beg with a book. And I got these books, man. You want to take a book? No, take this book. Take this book, damn it. You got to take this. Take this book, man. You got to take this book.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
I had a dream, man. Okay, so this. I got a new one. Where is it? I got a new one. If you see this guy, I'm gonna tell you. Look, if you see this guy, let me. You don't, if you, like I was saying, if you don't know that this guy's a scammer, man.
If you see somebody who's crazy and you don't realize they're crazy, then you're fucking crazy.
And that's the truth, man. That's the truth. If you see somebody that's crazy and you can't recognize that they're crazy, well, then you're fucking crazy. That's it. I don't know what else to say. If you look at this, what happened? Where'd they go?
คือจำนวนของเด็กๆที่กำลังเผชิญกับโรคขาดสารอาหารรุนแรงเฉียบพลัน
And that you incarnate in two different bodies. And that one of them, and that when you meet that, like, it's like the cosmos come together, and you've never met anyone like them before.
I'm sorry, but all three of these people are crazy. I recognize all three of them as being crazy.
If you see somebody who's crazy and you don't realize they're crazy, then you're fucking crazy.
Oh man, has the whole world gone crazy? Has the whole world gone crazy, man?
Has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
All right, so I don't know how long I've been going, but I can go some more. I can go some more. The twin flame. I don't even want to know about the twin. She is certifiably crazy. She is certifiably crazy, so I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna try to get some of these videos. So right now we got, what do we got here? We got to get
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination, of imagination, of imagination, of imagination, of imagination.
All right, so let's see what we got in the old mailbag here. Let's see what we got. Let's see what this is. This is from Rafael. Oh, wait a minute. No, not that one. Oh, here we go. This is the I gotta add an opening to this. I gotta add an opening. So I'm sorry, everybody. I gotta do this though. I really do. Whoops. What happened to the video? Where'd he go? Here he is. Here he is.
In the Bangalore airport here in India, I'm traveling through on my way to Delhi, and I've come across a bookstore here in the airport, and I see that my books are selling here. Adventures of a Traveling Monk, printed by HarperCollins, and they tell me it's a bestseller all over India, and this is good because it spreads the glories of Sri Krishna Sankirtan. This is a compilation of some of my diaries describing my travels around the world. The real adventure in life is sharing Krishna consciousness with others. So here it is. If you can't get it in a bookstore here in India, you can get it on Amazon all over the world. Good reading, spiritual reading.
This fucking freak. This friggin' pedophile freak. All he does is travel around with a bunch of women and a bunch of little girls, rubbing his hands all over these girls, and he wants to run around acting like he's a best-selling author, autographing books in a bookstore. This is a fucking bullshit. If you believe that he's a best-selling author and they're selling his books in some bookstore and wherever, I got a timeshare guy that'll sell you some timeshare, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Fucking bullshit. And what has he ever done that he needs to write a book? The fuck's he ever done? I'm gonna say that forever. The fuck has this guy ever done? Except molest little girls. That's all he's ever done, is molest a bunch of little girls. He flies around the world, travels around the world, acting like he's an author, writing these books. I don't even believe he's written his book. I don't believe any of this shit. When's he got time to write a book? Rafael tell you whether he wrote that book or not. I know. Fucking bestseller my ass. Bestseller my ass. Who's buying that shit? Who the fuck is buying your book? Diary of a Traveling Monk. Like who's dying to read about your story of traveling around India Gurupaluzing with a bunch of little girls? Who's dying to read that? I know. Great accomplishment. Wow. Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. You published your diary as a book, and now you're scamming people into buying your friggin'. Today we flew to Bangalore, and I met with the mayor of Bangalore. Yeah, I did that, and then I chanted japa, and then I went and I found the house of Aditya Mitya Madhuka Nath Raja, and he invited me in for dinner, and I had prasadam there, and I rubbed my hands over a couple little girls, and then I and dear diary, oh, I hope Krishna sends me some little girls today. Thank you, Jai Prabhupada. Oh, dear diary, I know, dear diary, boy. There were some cute little girls at the party last night. I couldn't keep my hands off of them. Boy, I hope they come back. I hope their mom brings them back. Dear diary, the mom brought the little girl back, and I got her on my lap. Yeah, it's been a long time since I had a little girl on my lap. What, I'd say about maybe 2 days. So it felt really good. But then I got to rub her. I was rubbing all over her stomach and just above her pubic area. There were too many people around for me to slip my hand down too far. But I did kind of rub her below the navel. And that was quite the feeling I got for that. So you can expect another entry in later tonight. I'll be able to enter in another diary enter probably in give me about another 35 minutes. This guy, friggin' disgusting. This disgusting guy, man. What else we got here? Diary of a Traveling Chomo, man. Oh, God. I know. Who's buying that shit? His disciples. He put an order out. He said each disciple has to buy 5 books. If each disciple buys 5 books, we'll have sold 5,000 books. I know. What a load. I know. Dear Diary, Krishna. I know. There's a 9-year-old who's cheeky and naughty. Yeah, I know. Dear Diary. It's so stupid. I can't believe it. Dear Diary. Oh, man. Okay, I saw that one. What's this one? Oh, we got some more white Hindus here. We got some foot washing. Here we go with a foot washing. Here's the end of my cancer story. 6 months after I ended treatment, I ended my marriage of 30 years, and he immediately asked me to reimburse him for the $2,000 he spent on my cancer tumor testing. I would have told him, you know what, you want it back, you can sue me for it. No. You know what? No. You don't get that back. You don't get to ask for that back. I mean, you can ask for it back. No. Yeah, I mean that's super trashy. No. He was detached. He's trying to show you detachment. Yeah, I was detached from you. Screw. No way. Tell him I'd rather wash this guy's feet. Say, I'll wash this guy's feet before I reimburse you. I'll wash this guy's stinky ass feet before I reimburse you. This is the goal of life. So if anybody says, what's the goal of life? You say, well, the goal of life, according to ISKCON, is you got to wash some old white man's stinky ass feet and drink the water. That's the goal of life. I know, it's so disgusting. Yeah. Remember years ago he was taking photos of little girls on the beach. Little girls in bikinis on the beach. He was taking photos of little girls in bikinis on the beach. It's disgusting. The guy's disgusting. Humiliation ritual right there. That's full-on humiliation ritual right there. That's just... Oh, God. Yeah, you know, that guy was a real piece of shit. But, you know, that just shows you how these Hare Krishnas are, man. They're just Hare Krishnas. They don't know how to be real people. They don't know how to be real people. I'm sorry, man. They're brainwashed and manipulated, and they just cannot act normal. They just can't act normal. He thinks he's Ramananda Roy. He does. In his, just like Gora Hari thinks he's Chaitanya or whatever, thinks he had a dream and now he's the book Bhagavat and the person Bhagavat. It's such bullshit. Like, well, he never thought anyone like me would just publicly call him out on his bullshit. He's been getting away with it being this Gora Hari guy, this Gora Hari character for so long without anybody really paying any attention to him and not just like, and I'm like, no, you're a fucking idiot. Who the fuck are you? And that's something he just can't handle. He just can't handle that. Because if he could handle it, he wouldn't give a fuck about me. Like, I don't give a fuck about him. I don't give a fuck what he says about me. These guys are all full of shit. Makes me sick. Yeah, 30 years. 30 years is a long time to be asking for $2,000 over some cancer treatment. Like, how you take your $2,000 and shove it up your ass? That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. Okay, so I got. Where's the mailbag here? Let me see. What do we got here? What is this?
A mail I received from a long-lost disciple in Russia, in which I advised him to come forward in Krishna consciousness. As an appendix to that, I'll read out the letter of reply from him. It's a happy ending or a new beginning. I'm just sharing this with you. Of course, there's some praise of myself in there, but that's not the point why I'm reading it. It's just encouraging and heartwarming.
Of course, that's the reason otherwise you wouldn't have brought it up. You don't bring that up and then say that, but that's not the point. Don't give me that bullshit with your humility on steroids. Yeah, that's bullshit. I don't know. I think they're afraid of getting called out. I think they're afraid to speak up. I think they're afraid to speak up now. They don't want me yelling at them and calling them out and telling them that they're pedophiles and the child marriage. It's like they're incriminating themselves. They come in here. They're incriminating themselves. They come in here and we immediately ask them about pedophilia, child marriage, and they gotta defend it. They gotta defend it, or they gotta shut up and leave. So they'd rather not come in here, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Tales from the Crypt Maharaj. Yeah, these guys Skeletor Maharaj, Skeletor Swami. He's Bhaktivedanta Skeletor Swami. He looks like a Yamaduta. He does. He's, you imagine, and washing this guy's feet. I don't wash this fuck's feet. God damn.
That people can stutter in Krishna consciousness. Maybe
this friggin' white Hindu thinks he knows more about Krishna consciousness than anybody else. Fucking arrogance, the white arrogance of these people. These white super Hindus. Yeah, all they do is they come in here and all they do is defend child marriage and pedophilia because that's all we're going to let them talk about. And they got to defend it. They can't say it's wrong. They just can't say it's wrong. So they come in here, it's a losing argument. And that's why that Paranjan, you don't want to say nothing about me. He doesn't want to bring attention to me because he knows that I'm just going to say, hey, you're with that Tattva Darshan guy. You and your Shodanandan and all you Ritviks are in with Tattva Darshan. So he'd rather not say anything than to have me, just like with Gora Hari. He doesn't want to say anything like that and have to delete it or anything because he knows it's wrong. He knows it's friggin' wrong. In fact, I think I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna take a look, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. He's got. Let's take a look at what he's got over here. ISKCON child abuse. So he's talking about children's rights. The protection of children's rights has brought renewed momentum to the cause championed by the Justice for Srila Prabhupada Foundation. Like Prabhupada needs justice. How about the justice for Prabhupada for the kids? How about justice for the kids? Nope, we want justice for Prabhupada. How dare you say that these kids were molested in Prabhupada's Gurukula? Well, they were. Well, they don't say it's Prabhupada's fault. Well, it was Prabhupada's fault. Nope, that's why we need justice for Prabhupada. You can't blame him. But he doesn't want to talk about. So here are his comments. A pedophile messiahs program is going to produce. So he's going to talk about them being pedophiles. He's going to talk about worshiping deviants as God's messiahs. He's going to talk about people that are engaged in illicit sex with men, women, and children. He's going to talk about all of these things, but he's not going to talk about Prabhupada's, what this stuff is in Prabhupada's books. He doesn't want to talk about Prabhupada having an 11-year-old wife. He's not going to talk about Prabhupada marrying a 12-year-old girl to a 19-year-old man in 1977. He doesn't want to talk about, he's going to talk about these guys. He'll talk about all these guys and how they're scum and the enforced cult ritualistic worship of homosexuals and pedophiles. So you see how he puts homosexuals and pedophiles together, like they go together. Homosexuals and pedophiles, they're two different types of criminals. Two different types. You got the homosexuals and then you got the pedophiles. And they're both bad. And ISKCON has them both. So to this guy, a homosexual is just as bad as a pedophile. But he doesn't want to talk about Prabhupada and his 11-year-old wife. He doesn't want to talk about Prabhupada and his child marriage in his books. He doesn't want to talk about all the gurus that have been molesting little girls. And then, I'm sorry, he doesn't want to talk about Tattva Darshan going to jail for being with underage girls in Cambodia. And then going and giving lectures at Madhu Pandit's temple in Bangalore. Or Yashodanandan going and having all Yashodanandan and all his Ritviks going and hanging out with Tattva Darshan on Tattva Darshan's farm project, on his eco village, whatever he wants to call it. He wouldn't want to talk about that stuff because he's implicated in that. But he would talk about, Salochan said that the anal reconstructive surgery epidemic of boys in the GBC Guru program is a sex with stool sampradaya and this and that. And he'll talk about how ISKCON and this and that. But he always leaves Prabhupada out of it. He doesn't talk about how Prabhupada was not qualified to open a school for children, for toddlers, for an elementary school or a junior high school. He was not qualified for that. And he put people in there that were freaks, that had no business being around children. And so what happened? Oh, all the children got molested and tortured and beaten, whatever. He doesn't want to talk about it. He'll talk about all kinds of stuff, but he's not going to talk about Prabhupada asking Yashoda asking Prabhupada that they want to beat the children, that they want to beat this one boy and make him an example for all the other children. That if they do step out of line, that they're going to beat them. And so what happened? They ended up beating all these kids, and they beat these kids to this day. That's what's wrong with this guy. And that's why he won't say anything about me or mention anything that I have to say or say that I'm doing something bad. Gaurahari says I'm a demon and I'm this and I'm that. But this guy doesn't want to say nothing because then he's going to have to address all of this stuff that I've been talking about. He doesn't want to talk about this stuff. He wants to act like he's the good guy. Meanwhile, he's promoting this Tattva Darshan and who knows what else is going on. If they let Tattva Darshan in and they're doing that, and who else? You can't trust these people. That's what I've been saying. You can't trust these people. You can't trust Madhu Pandit and Yashoda Nandan and all these Ritviks if they're hanging out with people like Tattva Darshan, who's been to jail for sex crimes. The fuck, man? And you got all this bullshit, and you got these idiots like this Gaurahari and this woman, this Coach Ivy, thinking it's all fun and games, and we're just gonna. Oh, I can just teach. I read Prabhupada's books, and I can teach people and teach them this and that, and get them involved and transition them from their new age tarot card reading to into Krishna. What you want to turn people into racist, sexist pedophiles now? All right, I'm gonna cut it out there. I worked myself up into a fit. I'm gonna shut up.
Hell! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Yeah.
I can dance. Boo, 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 He's singing with me, and then you'll know. Boo, 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 yay!
Yay!
All right.
So I want you to remember these words from Lewis Black. You got to understand about crazy people. You got to understand about crazy people, and I think all of us here understands about crazy people. But in case you don't, you got to understand.
If you see somebody who's crazy and you don't realize they're crazy, then you're fucking crazy.
I couldn't have said it better, and that's why I didn't. He says it the best. He says it the best. A good cold beer would be good right about now. Yeah, I don't drink beer, but a beer would be good. Let me tell you, it's super hot where I am, and I am sweating. It is hot, and it's been hot. It's gonna be hot, and it's not gonna cool down. And I feel like Yoko. Yeah, that's Yoko. So, hey, everybody, I want to thank you all for joining in. Everybody, Eliana, and I'm so glad you're doing better. You're back in the saddle. Jenna Morton, Snoggle, good to see you. Really sorry about your cancer story, but I'm glad you're with us now. Everything's good. And Joe Lynn, I want to thank you for stopping by. Rafal, stopping by. Jeff, Tim. Fake Fake Human, Weird Planet, AJ, who else? Howard Johnson for stopping by. I think I'm missing somebody, but I don't know who it is. But I do want to thank everybody for joining in. Please like, share, and subscribe, everybody. We're doing really good. Happy Song Run. Yes. Oh, man. It's been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy. Yes, happy to everybody. And I want to thank you all for joining in. And please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Please share my videos. That really helps a lot. And for all of you, Miss Jade, good to see you. Good to see you here. Lots of sunshine. And AJ, good to see you. And Tim, yes, everyone. So everyone, please. This is me. This is the time when you get to see me when I was once a Hare Krishna. So you can verify that I know what I'm talking about. And I'm not dreaming. I'm not a dreamer guru. I'm not a dreamer guru. I'm not no dreaming Swami. I'm none of that. I'm just Mike. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.